In this video, we're going to be taking a look at another new for 2022 release by DCP and First Gear. This is the 1/64 scale DCP by First Gear Peterbilt 389 with Talbert 5553TA tri-axle sliding flatbed trailer in the colors of Western Distributing. The item number is 60-1174, and at the time of this review's publication, this model's MSRP is around $135. If you are interested in adding one of these trucks to your collection, all you need to do is click on the link that I have helpfully provided in the video's description. It'll take you straight to the Construction Diecast store where you can pick up one of these trucks and add it to your collection today. All right, with the information out of the way, let's start the review with a look at the packaging, and then we'll move on to the unboxing. If you've never seen a DCP by First Gear truck, this is the standard style of packaging that they come in. You can see at the bottom left, DCP by First Gear, bottom right says 1/64 scale diecast replica. Up here, you can see that these are adult collectibles. Again, these are adult collectibles. They are not toys. Do not buy these for your children. DCP and First Gear suggest a minimum age of 14. On the back, there's no picture of either the model or the real truck, but it does have a nice mural picture of an open road and some scenery. Open road sold separately, built on tradition, powered by precision, DCP by First Gear. Last but certainly not least, we'll take a look at the bottom of the box. Over here, you have DCP by First Gear, all their contact information. In the middle, you can see ages 14 and up. Again, important to echo this based on the number of inquiries I've gotten lately. These are not children's toys. You can see that I purchased mine from my friends at the Construction Diecast store. There is all of their contact information. And last but certainly not least, here's the item number and the barcode if you need that as well. All right, let's get straight on with the unboxing. Thankfully, there are no twist ties that you have to deal with on any of these DCP trucks that I've reviewed recently. They are housed for shipping in two plastic pull-apart formers. The formers are usually taped with between 4 and 6 tapes. This one had 4 tapes. I've already cut those to save us a little bit of time. So carefully lift off the top former. Let's see here. Some of them are a little tight, as is this one, so just be careful. There you go. First out of the box is the 5553A trailer. Next, we have our Peterbilt truck. The only other thing in the box is a pair, hopefully you can see that hiding right here, is a pair of mirrors. So they have provided an extra set should you need those. Let's begin the review by taking a look at the Peterbilt 389 tractor with the sleeper cab. Anything that is produced for Western Distributing, at least in my opinion, is always a show truck-worthy presentation. The blue paint really comes across as very vibrant and very eye-catching. This truck is certainly no exception to that. Taking a look at the decals, you can see Western Distribution Transportation Company on the door. Underneath, I believe that says Denver, Colorado, although I did not take the time to research where Western is headquartered, but that probably would make a little bit of sense. Obviously, someone can always fact-check me and make sure. Here's all of your DOT information, your fleet numbers. The pinstriping is very sharp all throughout the truck, as well as the sleeper. The use of chrome is used all throughout the truck, including on the back part of the frame. You can see that. Here's your fifth wheel. The tread pattern on the tires is also very realistic looking and looks quite good. Moving the truck around to the rear, you can see the Peterbilt logo on the mud flaps, and they also have a bit of chrome on the bottom of the mud flaps. Here's a good look at the back of the sleeper where the pinstriping and excellent paintwork and detailing continues. There's also some casted in detail on the back of the sleeper, as well as a window. Back over here, much of the same that we saw on the left side of the truck. Here's a good look at the top if you want to see that. Finally, here's a view of the front of the Peterbilt with your bumper, your grille. The Peterbilt logo is front and center where it should be. Your headlights do have inserts in them, and the turn indicators appear to be inserts as well, and not painted on them. Before we move on to the trailer, let's take a look at the detail underneath the truck. You can see that there. All right, that's the Peterbilt. Let's move on to the detail and decals on the trailer. This is our Talbert trailer. You can see Talbert here, Western Distributing 5553-TA. I assume that this is Western Distributing's phone number. What else would it be, right? You can see the chrome is used on the wheels for the trailer as well. You have simulated wood finishing up on top of the deck. I think that looks very good, meshed with the dark blue paint that they use. On the back, you can see the bumper bar protection. I apologize with the camera going out of focus. You can see it a little bit better there. And the mud flaps for the trailer have Talbert written on them. Very much the same thing on the other side. The front of the trailer has some small decals on the front of it as well. If we can zoom in on that just slightly, there you go. Here they are present. There is no place to plug in any air lines, of course, if you're familiar, or any light lines or any of those. If you're familiar with DCP and First Gear trucks, they do not actually have any air lines or coiled lines or anything that you can plug in. Taking a look underneath the trailer, there's the detail in the casting. This is actually quite heavy because for the most part, these Talbert trailers are made of die-cast metal. There are some plastic parts, but it's nice to see that at least the bulk or the body of the trailer is made of die-cast, so that gives it some hefty weight. All right, let's transition now to functionality. For functionality, we begin with the Pete 389. It rolls well enough on its rubber wheels, and these trucks do feature working steering, although the range is somewhat restricted due to the fender design on some of the OEM trucks, and that's certainly the case with this one. But, as I always say, some degree of steering is much better than no degree of steering. Disappointingly, the doors don't open on this truck either. However, the hood does open, where you can see a detailed yellow motor, along with other mechanical components seen here. That's about it for the functionality on the tractor. Let's not waste any time and move straight on to the trailer, which is really the heart of this set, at least in my opinion. This is not the first time I've reviewed one of these DCP 5553TA triaxle trailers. As a matter of fact, if you look at the top of your screen right now, you'll see a suggested link for another one that I reviewed earlier this year. Same casting, just a different color. I am a huge fan of these trailers. I really wish that at some point they scale these up to 1/50th scale, or scale them down to 1/87 scale. I would love to see one or both of those happen. The wheels do roll on this as well. The landing legs, you can unscrew those and make them come down, but that's all well and good. But where this trailer really comes alive is the fact that it is a flatbed trailer, and you can tilt it and you can extend it. So let me do that now. You can see that the wheels underneath can be slid forward or backwards. And then, once you've done that, you can tilt back your trailer to load some equipment on. So let's go ahead and mimic that pose right now. To do that, we'll move our axle all the way up as far as we can. We'll link the two together. And real quickly here, we will bring in a bulldozer. This is actually an old Norscot bulldozer from way back in the day, but it is 1/64 scale. This is a Cat D6H. We will load him up onto the deck here. Now, as this would be happening, the trailer would then come down, and then the operator, of course, of the trailer would then move the wheels to the back or center, wherever he deems the heaviest part of the load to be, to offset the weight of the dozer. He then would chain everything down, make sure that it is secure and ready to go down the road, and then he would be off to the races. So, overall, this set by DCP by First Gear in 1/64 scale is yet another shining example of the Talbert 5553TA sliding triaxle flatbed trailer. If you are a fan of big rigs in 1/64 scale, or even if you are a construction collector in any scale, I cannot emphasize enough or recommend adding one of these trailers to your collection. Yes, I do wish that they were available in other scales. I'm not going to pretend that I don't wish that. But we have to work with what we have here, right? We don't make these decisions. We're not the model manufacturers. We're not OEMs of these company. So it is what it is. I think it's a great model. It is a bit on the pricey side for sure, but I think that you will find that it is worth the money if you do choose to add one of these to your collection. Take a look at your screen right now. You'll see a couple other suggested links for similar videos, and then a playlist for trucks if you're into diecast trucks and you just want to spend an afternoon watching all the videos I've done over the years. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate you watching these videos. Until next time, take care, be well. I'll see you in the next review.